All right. Oh, you're drinking Dr. Pepper. Do you still live in the Dr. Pepper house?
I do. This is still home.
Good. That's
Yep.
awesome. Do you still have squirrel problems or?
Yes, we have just accepted it.
Yeah?
It's their house too, I guess.
That's awesome.
That's how it works.
Well, terrible, I guess.
Yeah, well, they're not too bad.
Okay.
They don't bother our stuff. They just live in our house, is all.
It's their house too, you said it too. Okay, I guess to start off, what does the asterisk in David Crowder band stand for?
I'm unable to reveal that at this time.
Are you ever going to reveal it?
I suspect it will be, it's at this point it will be completely underwhelming whenever it comes out. You know, I mean, all the build up. But yeah, it was something we're just hanging on to for a little while longer. I don't know why. It makes no sense, but you know, I don't run it. I have very little say in what goes on here, so I'm just behaving. I'm doing what I'm told, so.
Fair enough. All right, one day we'll.
How do you decline a question officially? It's like, I'm sorry, I can't answer that.
Next question.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay.
Okay.
Your latest release is
0 for 1.
Church music?
Yes.
So what is church music to you?
Oh, to me? Oh, that has yet to be asked. I think I'm using the language in the sense of songs constructed for congregational singing or participation.
Okay.
Yeah, because then, well, that makes me think there's a lot of things that I would classify as church music that actually don't have any lyric content. But when I'm thinking about it, the way we used it was really in a sense of congregationally constructed pieces. Yeah.
So what do you think are like the biggest influences on what create church music as it is now? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think pop music is the biggest influence on what church music is right now.
Okay.
It sounds like, I mean, most contemporary, and that's a strange word to use, but most contemporary settings tend to sound like pop music. You know, I mean, they've got the song arrangement and the constructions of the song mirror the way pop songs are constructed, regardless of what genre it is. You know, I mean, it could be heavy metal, and still the song structure is pretty much the same thing. You know, it's like verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, chorus. You know, so that's very different than where we were 20 years ago or so. You know, even back a little further with the hymn, much different song structure. And so I think at the time the church had been mirroring pop culture as well, but then pop culture progressed, we didn't, and then now we're sort of where everybody else is. I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sort of switching topic. You've been posting rockumentaries.
The rockumentary series.
So how did that sort of come about? Do you guys write them, or just creative genius?
Well, it came from boredom, is what it came. So we're recording church music, and the recording process is actually very unglamorous. It consists of people waiting to play parts. So everybody's sitting waiting for somebody to get done with what they're doing so they can do what they would like to do. And so in this lull, conversations started that were funny, and we thought this would be great to put on tape. So we got a friend of ours that was a part of our church at UBC, and he and great pals with our guitar player Mark. Then I think out of one of their conversations that was also humorous in content, a Rockumentary 1 came into being. And so while we're killing time, you know, we're getting scripts shoved in front of us that were mostly the work of Jordan Bellamy, who's our pal at the church there. And so yeah, it's just been a progression of boredom unleashed upon the public of YouTube. Yeah, we've had fun with it. We're awful actors. Actually, Jack is a pretty good actor. The rest of it's
star.
Well, we play into our strengths, I think, because the rest of us are pretty awful, but he's fun to watch. So there you go.
And your last documentary, you did notably diss Papyrus and Comic Sans.
We did.
As a graphic designer, I have to ask you, what is your favorite font?
Oh wow! Now I have no idea. I can't even answer that. But I know that both of those fonts are atrocious.
Okay, that's a good starting point.
I can't say that. You know, I don't know. I'm watching Avatar and I'm like, really? Is that seriously all that money and really?
That's what you picked.
Yeah, it was pretty astounding. I mean, it's not quite Papyrus, but it's real close.
Close. Yeah. Genre of font.
Totally. Man, that was a surprise. So we had to, yeah, we just had to, you know. And luckily, we have very astute, intelligent
I'm glad
people.
That you dissed them,
yeah,
yes.
watching. We just think it's funny to us, and we're like, nobody's gonna get it. They don't even
Some of us
notice
get
the
it, yes.
end, the Comic Sans at the end.
And your 5D camera that you invented.
Oh man, gosh, it's still sitting in the studio. I don't know what to do with it. It's like
tape stuff together?
it's huge. I don't know what to do with it. It's not like I was getting stuff together to meet the guys. I'm like, what? This is so in the way. Like, we need to do something with this. This needs to go.
Sell it on eBay.
Seriously.
Do something with it, yeah.
Yeah, actually, Rob is the one that constructed the 5D camera. We're like, hey, we need something atrocious looking that makes it sound like we're doing 5D or something. Can you put something together? So there's a bunch of webcams taped
That looks impressive if you don't look closely.
Yes, exactly.